Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody on planet Earth, no coach on planet Earth, spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information from me is below. Understand that in order to be in coaching with me, you need to sign the coaching agreement as well as pre-book the monthly coaching, and then reach out to me with your earliest availability for our first session. Now, you might have to wait a little bit. It's always a rotation in my coaching, people leaving, concluding my coaching, people beginning. So just have this expectation that you need to be ready to go, pre-booked, and again, I need your availability so we can correspond and agree on our first session. Alternatively, you can also book a session, and then I could apply it towards the monthly month-to-month charge if you are going to embark on this journey with me, and most people do. Please watch more than one video by me. Listen to all the audios that you need to listen. I have a very direct personality. I don't beat around the bush. I cut right through it. I'm a very honest, very straightforward coach. If this approach is not for you, by all means, I understand it. But this is the only way that I operate. And this I don't see anywhere out there. This is why I made an emphasis of being this coach that just delivers you the information straight and raw. And today we're going to talk about something really, really specific. And please stay until the end. But first, I really wanted to wish all of my subscribers, all of my clients, all of my listeners and watchers a very happy Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm really, really grateful for you guys. I know I don't say it a lot. Maybe I should start, but all the letters, all the, the comments, all the likes, all the subscribers. I really am so blessed and humbled and grateful for all of you. And when you tell me how I changed your life, you know what? You changed mine too. I don't talk about that either, but you really did. 2 years ago when I started coaching people off of YouTube, I didn't know what to expect, and certainly wasn't a smooth ride entirely for certain reasons. But overall, 99% of the time, I was having such a remarkable time and still am. And for that, I'm fucking grateful. I'm really so thankful for all of you. This has been an adventure bar none for me. Make no mistake, I was completely overwhelmed by the response of all of you, and I still keep getting overwhelmed. So thank you so much to every single one of you for sticking to this channel on this journey. Like I said, there are some like really not smooth moments, and we're gonna talk about that when the time is right. I know you all want to hear about the legal situation that I'm involved in. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about this. And a lot of you ask, what's the deal with that? I cannot talk about it just yet. When my lawyer tells me that it's okay to do so, I will make a statement. Okay, until such time, please bear with me. And so understand it's a procedure, okay, as you can understand. So today we're going to talk about how to telepathically talk to your SP. And I feel like this is overdue, and I mentioned certain parts of this process, but this is going to be a video not to be missed by anybody. So like, subscribe, and share, all that stuff. The bell for notifications for the Saturday live, which by the way is still going to happen on Saturday. I'm going to be there, and so will you, I'm sure. So I'm going to announce that topic later on. But today, this is what we're talking about. And understand, what we're doing in coaching with me is energetically healing ourselves. Okay, this is what you need a coach for. The manifestation part of it is fucking easy. This is why I always say it's easy. SP is a sneeze to bring back. A child can do it if they understand what to do. But what you need a coach for is the energetic healing, this metamorphosis that you will undergo when you let go of the past wounds, the energetic wounds, the emotional wounds. And this is very much what you're doing in coaching for the majority of the time. Now, of course, I teach you everything I know with metaphysics, quantum physics, the manifestation part of it. And again, a very straightforward way that you will not find anywhere else. I teach you the energy work. I teach you magic spells, which is another form of energy work. It's not taboo. It's just essentially commanding very specifically, very purposefully, benevolently only, your energy towards whatever it is you want to create. And so, of course, I teach you all of that, but the majority of your being needs to come on board. And so what a lot of people are involved with currently, if you don't have your SP, if you don't have your manifestation, is because you're bogged down by those emotions of the past, of the drama, trauma, panorama, as I refer to it. This is the letting go process that needs to happen. Otherwise, you're going to remain on the same frequency as you were before when these things were happening. And for a lot of people, I want to say this very quickly, but very profoundly. It's like, this is why the Groundhog Day, okay, situation, the same cycle continues over and over again. This is the cycle that you need to break because you've lived an experience some time ago and it had such an effect on you, or maybe experience is plural, that you're still reliving. The experience is over, maybe a long time ago now, but you're still playing this experience in your mind today. This is why you're not able to create anything else. And so don't you think you owe this to yourself to detach from that fucking reality already, okay? And start creating afresh. This is what your manifestation game will look like when you will finally leave behind the drama, trauma, panorama, and then it will be easy for you. So I want to preface this video by saying that. Now I have a lot of notes, so I hope you'll bear with me because I did write them down. So I mentioned the processing of emotions, okay? You created the past SP with your past emotions. So you need to understand that there's nobody to blame. I know it's hard to hear this, but there's nobody to blame. You've created it because of the energetic attachment to the past. And so this version is like a hired actor who you've created because it was so similar to what you experienced before, and you just like copy and paste and copy and paste. Okay, so this is the number one thing to really remember, to not get stuck in that creation. And if you can really separate yourself from your creation, understanding you are God of your reality, this will make it easy for you to not judge, to forgive. I understand that you are a human being, you have emotions, but there's certain emotions that just will never serve you. And so you can get stuck in that drama forever, for the rest of your life. But that's not a good life. It's a hard life emotionally. I think people suffer more in their minds. And so deprogramming what you're expecting from this SP, what you're thinking about yourself, is such an important thing to undergo. Because right now, chances are, the way that you are creating, you're telepathically corresponding nonstop, like 24/7, like a nonstop radio station to your SP, something that you do not prefer. I don't deserve a good relationship is one example. I'm not good enough. They prefer somebody else. They'll never come back is another one. It works for somebody, it doesn't work for me. Manifestation is bullshit, and all these kinds of things. Now listen, that manifestation is not bullshit. I hope we are in agreement at least on that. And I hope we are in agreement that you are 100% the creator of your reality. And what I want you to really do tonight or tomorrow, whenever you watch this video, is to really take accountability, okay? To take credit for your manifestations, but in a good way. Look how fucking powerful I am. That I've either sabotaged the relationship, ended the relationship, brought in a third party, whatever the situation is right now. And so when you realize that if you are that powerful, that you could have fucking created a third party, okay, however annoying the situation is to you, if you are that powerful that you could create the shitty version of SP, a whole fucking person out of the blue came out of your imagination, and your consciousness is that motherfucking powerful that you can literally sit down energetically fueling an idea and it will come true. If you are that powerful, then don't you think that the opposite will be true also, and you can just as well create, but by choice obviously, create a really heavenly version of your SP who's loyal and faithful, wants only you, and completely is enamored with you. You can do no wrong. They're just gaga for you. Now, this idea may be novel to you, and you can also say to me, either novel or you are not accepting it. You're not believing it. You, in your mind, just as I said it, a lot of buts came up in your mind. B-U-T. Not other kind of buts. So that's the stuckness. This is why you're resisting your own desires. So in other words, it's not enough to change the script of your story, of your dialogue with this person. You really need to believe it. You really need to think you could sit down just tonight or tomorrow, whenever you watch this video, and you can decide what this person is going to think about you or feel about you from now on. And that's what they will be doing until such time you change your mind. But that you have the option to do this deliberately, intentionally, unapologetically, without causing harm to anybody, by the way. I always stress, I only teach the benevolent way. Can you use it reverse? Yeah, but get ready to suffer the consequences of causing somebody harm. Now, if it's unintentional, sometimes I've created things that were unintentional. Just apologize to the universe, to the person telepathically, and understand the universe doesn't judge. The universe doesn't judge. It's like a huge machine that's operating on vibration. If you're sorry and you change your vibration about the someone and wish them well, understand you just entered a new reality, and in that new reality you walk free. Now that you know, there's some people that maybe, I don't know, they don't think they do anything wrong. I don't work with these kinds of people. I only work with people who are aware of their actions. Parenthesis here. And so believing then that this can be possible for you is the main objective. Yes, you can write a lot of beautiful things down, but do you believe them is another story. And so that's a lot of what I also work one-on-one in coaching, because everybody's very different. Everybody has different backgrounds, even though there's similarities in cases, but everybody's like a snowflake, completely, just unimaginably beautiful, first of all, as a completely individual soul, but completely how can I say, you're not to be replicated. You're one of a kind. First of all, you need to remember that, right? So you're going to have your own story, why it is you can't accept. You have your own history, you have your own drama, you have your own situations, and that is the reason why you're bringing it into here, to kind of work through it. Every time you're leveling up, you are going to deal with certain fears, certain insecurities that will come up for you to deal with, for you to work through in order to level up to new creation. So if your area of opportunity happens to be relationships, well, first of all, you found the right coach, so congratulations to you. I never thought this was going to be my forte, but it just happens to be so, because I went through a lot of things that are super similar to my clients. And I've come out on the other side because I realized that I want to excel at this. And I found a lot of answers, but the answers were certainly not in the other person. It was in my own self, in the way that I grew up, what kinds of ideas I kind of like sucked into my brain based on what I witnessed in my childhood. And you definitely, your life worked out definitely the same way. And so the idea is to replace that completely and to believe in an entirely different story, diametrically opposed, so that then you can allow yourself to experience a brand new reality. If you don't believe in this reality, it isn't happening for you. And so again, I do this in coaching. I cannot talk about this now. Again, it's individual and it wouldn't even help you. And so step by step, though, you can get there by allowing certain different ideas, so that on any one day you can sit down, you can stand up, whatever, wherever you are. You can do it walking, you can do it in an elevator, okay, while you're riding the elevator. At any moment in time, it's available to you, this divine power, to start deciding for the other person what they're going to think about you. It's always your decision. It doesn't matter what has been before, for how long. Right here, right now is your golden opportunity. Right here, right now is your golden opportunity to change to a new reality where things are the way that you want them. And I already discussed in my previous live, and go watch it if you haven't. It's called Jumping Realities Through the Portal of Love. Excellent, excellent live. Hardly, like, super magnificently highly recommended. Okay, really, you need to sit through the hour and 20 whatever minutes it is. It's awesome. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. I was like really happy with that live. And so you really need to understand it's always your decision. This time around, though, you're going to be more meticulous about your decisions, because you're going to be aware of how much power you have over people in your life. It's the easiest shit in the world, just like I said. When you don't have any barricades as far as your deservability, that you've done anything wrong in the past, or that, you know, your confidence is not up to par, for instance, I mean, which is in a lot of cases, I would say, because your confidence was affected by the quality of relationships that you previously had. When all of that is dealt with and put into place or revised, or however we deal with it in coaching, it depends on case by case situation, you can literally completely go into the quantum field and rearrange people's opinions, people's thoughts, make them say whatever you want to say, because they're part of your fucking reality. Simple like that. They're part of your reality. They have no say-so other than you. It just goes like that. Just the same way you fed them the lines and the energy of, they hate me, they don't like me, I'm no good, I don't deserve it. This little shed show needs to freaking go immediately. It just does. You completely unconsciously, like you have the microphone in your hand and you're conducting the show, and imagine, you know, these are commands. What you're thinking, what's going out. If you want your SP to start chasing you and think about you and obsess about you, these are not the kinds of thoughts that have to go out of your mind. These, listen, first of all, you need to understand, whether you like it or not, universe has no secrets. Telepathically, we are just beginning to understand like how it can really affect person to person. You are not conscious of it, but it works all the same, you see. And so to be aware of what you're communicating to this guy or girl, how you feel about them, what kinds of thoughts you're feeding into their mind, just understand they can hear you. Not audibly they can, but energetically 1,000,000,000%. And so if you've been sending out these things like, I don't deserve it, they don't love me, they prefer somebody else, you've got the picture. You're living it now. And so if you know this power that you have, you need to start using it to your advantage. And so, excuse me, telling the story though. So if you're telling the story about what happened in the past, how they wronged you, based on your instructions, parenthesis here, how they behaved, what they didn't do, how they didn't choose you, how they were obnoxious, this and that, it's easy to sit down and feel bad for yourself for the rest of your life. Or you can get really proactive about it and understand how reality works, and that you've communicated to this person everything they've said, everything they've done. The universe is not cruel. The universe only understands vibration. If you learn this language of vibration, that how you feel about people, how you think they feel about you, directly affects the manifestation. And so the most powerful way to create any change in someone is to change it in yourself. Change the person in your mind. If you've been previously saying, they don't love me, they prefer somebody else is more desirable than me, change the tune and start thinking of them as they're madly in love with you. Now, the universe doesn't judge, like I said. It couldn't not have ever happened before to you with this guy or girl or anybody in the past. But if you consciously and deliberately choosing thoughts on purpose and feelings that they have for you, they're helpless. They're completely powerless. They cannot resist you. Now, it could be something completely incredible to you. And again, has never happened to you before. But do you know that once you decide, the universe will oblige you just like it obliged you in the past? And you will literally can practically not tell the how is it possible and what happened to this person and how it happened and all these things. It doesn't matter. It only your desire is that matters. So if you're telling the story of the previous drama trauma panorama, it's like if you're talking to somebody from 1950s and they live in 1950s and they're talking to you about what happened on the news, who gives a shit, quite frankly? I mean, I do give a shit because it gives me a huge insight into my client's mind. But other than that, it's done and over with. Like I said, it happened in the past. It's yesterday's newspaper. What you're doing now is what is the most important part of your creation. And so tell them what you want them to do. Tell them unapologetically and with confidence, you're falling in love with me. You're madly in love with me. Knowing what I just explained, that this will have an effect. In the minute you decided that this change will occur, you're jumping into that reality in which this is very much the case and has always been the case. And the universe is so fucking clever that it will even it out somehow, so that the old reality makes perfect sense to morph into this new reality. I don't know how the universe does it. I don't want to know. My responsibility is desire and acting on it in my mind. You really need to act like this person. If you have decided this person is falling in love with you, is obsessed with you, wants to talk to you, cannot wait to talk to you, nothing, no power on earth will stop this from becoming so, like Neville used to say, other than you. Other than you. I've heard so many stories in my coaching where the person almost came close to manifesting the union, the reunion, the reconciliation, whatever you want to call it. And at the last minute, they were almost there, and they tell me, Anna, but then you know what? I got into one of my moods. And so I switched back. I know I switched back, and the reality was obvious that I felt differently in that reality. So you see how much power you really hold. That if you stop your own manifestations, the manifestation isn't going to happen. You need to see it through, step by step, without obsession, just understanding your ultimate power. That just because you decided that this person is different, they're different. This is how much power you have. And reinforcing that belief by literally comparing notes, okay, your old notes of how you felt, what you thought, what you threw out into their mind. They can hear you, like I said, excuse me, and understanding this is my own creation. So now yes, of course, I can talk in a different way to them and they will oblige all the same. I've done this with people at a distance. And they had no reason, absolutely zero, in the 3D to talk to me any different, or to change their mind, or to do something for me, or reach out to me, or do. It's not logical. You're not looking for fucking logic. You're looking for energy. Energy rules the world. And so if you change your energy into, I'm the only one for them, without caring what happened in the past, I'm the only one for them. They're realizing it right this moment. Right this moment. And you know, parenthesis here, side note, when you compare your notes with your SP once you manifest them, it's going to freak you out quite a bit, like on what day they decided to come back and talk to you. It's in real time. So do you see how powerful you are? In real time, you can decide right now, right here, I'm changing their mind. Right now, right here, I'm not so much changing their mind, but I'm communicating, I'm linking myself to a parallel reality in which this guy or girl are thinking of me right fucking now, but in this and that way. And as long as you continue to choose that reality, it will be yours. The other reality, the other shit show person, the other version is still right there. And some people go in between realities. Sometimes it's the shit show version, sometimes it's the lovely version. So choose the lovely version and fucking stick to it like glue, like Velcro. With the crazy glue and cement and whatever else you please. Okay, this is your responsibility as far as the creator. The rest is really not important. You need to understand the parallel reality concept and that you're never in the same reality. Listen, I've yet to talk about it on my channel, but I've seen what I've seen in my life and what I've experienced. Literally, second to second, you're not in the same reality. You're not the same person second to second. And Bashar talks a lot about it. It's literally a brand new world. So every second of the day, I mean, every millisecond of the day, okay? But let's just be kind of like human here for you to kind of like imagine it easier. Every second of the day, you have the golden chance to change your reality. And so whatever you want to change is fine, but SP, a sneeze. You know why? Because they're also human. They feel things. They feel that you can vibrate that feeling into them. This I teach in coaching. Whatever you feel, they will feel. Whatever you instructed them to do, they will do. You don't need to plead, beg, chase. All of that is for fucking amateurs, guys. That is for not golden Buddhas or for people who did not realize they're golden Buddhas. It's not like you need to claim the status of a golden Buddha. Let me tell you something. If you're a golden Buddha and you're walking around, you don't know fucking that you're the golden fucking Buddha, forget it. It's like if Elon Musk, worth I don't know how many billions of dollars, went to work for McDonald's or something like that, you know, flipping fries or burgers. You're above this. Excuse me. You need to claim your status. And if you are the commander-in-chief of your reality, if you are the God, the literal God, and I'm going to talk about in consequent videos because I have so many notes, I'm not going to be able to cover it today. And I wasn't even planning to, actually. Otherwise, we'll be here for hours. How to really develop your supernatural skills, your supernatural powers. This is not woo-woo shit. This is real magicianship, but you need to become a little bit delusional to shoehorn yourself into this possibility of something different happening to you. Before you know it, though, if you practice and if you work on your beliefs and your drama, trauma, panorama, like I mentioned, you will understand there's nothing to it. There's just emotions and thoughts coupled together. It's fireworks. You know, you can make magic happen. Thought alone does not do it, because you can think a lot of things. But thought and emotion, thought and feeling combined together can move a fucking mountain. Literally. Manifest magic. Let me check my notes. So notice the changeover then in realities. Once you have this practice and it's consistent, notice the changeover of realities. If you're consistent, you will start seeing things are different. Let's just say, as a general rule, as a general example rather, you say to yourself, I don't like my reality. I want to be in a reality where everything goes my way, including my SP, of course, but everything, all the other parts of my life, which I very much work with my clients to upgrade, because it's very, very important. I think that your overall confidence in yourself needs to change for you to become a very powerful manifestor, period. But let's just say you made the decision, I want to be in a reality where everything seems to be going my way nonstop. Not seems to be, it is. And do you know, if you vibrationally adjusted yourself, expecting that, being excited about it, celebrating this moment of jumping, of quantum jumping, quantum leaping, whatever you want to call it, jumping realities, inevitably so, you will see the consequence of the change of your vibration, of the change of the world. Everybody that used to argue against you are for you. Everybody who was kind of like, you know, doing some shit that you didn't like, all of a sudden they can't anymore. It's a different world. It's quite literally a different physical world. And so you are the traveler of these realities. Travel wisely. Your SP is intact. They didn't go anywhere, okay? They're just waiting, so to speak. They're always there, available in that reality. They're waiting for you to get your shit together, just like in one of my audios on my channel. Your SP is waiting for you to get your shit together. So true. For them to be welcomed in your world as such a person who's chasing you, wanting you, proposing to you, licking gem off your toes, whatever the fuck you want to do. But if you're indecisive, and in the eyes of the universe, this is indecision, when you're swinging between several realities or two realities, or if you're not going into that reality, period. You need to commit to that reality, and then you will line up with this version of a person. But like I said, it's so easy. Tonight, right now, or tomorrow, or whenever, you can sit down and just decide, I've decided this person, they're going to think this way about me. Whatever you think that they think, whatever you feel that they feel. Just take this from me. If you're a newbie or whatever, or new to this, blah, 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 if it's hard for you to imagine this or even believe it, just take it from me. This is 100% true. I've changed it with people who literally were my adversaries because I wanted that. Some people I don't give a shit about, okay? But because I wanted that, I completely, 180, completely changed those people. I've done this over and over again. I've done this with people that I cared to bring back into my personal life, but I brought them back specifically the way that I wanted them. And you always have this luxury of doing that when you commit to that reality and when you are convinced and you 100% believe that this is how much power you have. Your entire magic lies in what you believe and accept for yourself. Nobody is taking anything away from you. You're conducting this whole shebang on your own. And so if you got up in the morning and you decided, you know what? I'm the motherfucking golden Buddha. This person is in love with me. They're thinking of me. They're obsessing over me. They want to apologize to me. Unless they were abusive, go watch the other audio. If you're, not a laughing matter, actually. I don't know why I laughed. If your SP was abusive, I don't recommend doing that at all. And go listen to that audio, the previous audio I recorded. But otherwise, you can do whatever to them. Again, being benevolent and completely conscientious. to that person. Don't wish anybody ill. It's just, like I said, it's just a waste of fucking time. It's going to come back to you. But everything else, and again, this doesn't relate to, let's just say, unmanifesting a third party. You're just connecting to another reality in which that third party never existed, or in which reality maybe they existed, but this SP of yours realized of their own accord, without being pushed by you or convinced by you, by themselves. Parenthesis here, you time traveled into another reality. You reality traveled into another reality where they've already been thinking this way. So by you thinking this first, you're choosing a reality in which you connect. So you're never causing harm when you're unmanifesting a third party. It's not like that at all. They could be married, they could be whatever, and in the reality that you'll switch to, they wanted to get a divorce anyway. Because, listen, I'm going on the assumption, parenthesis here, that you're simply gaga over this person and you feel the connection between the two of you. The connection needs to be there. I think it cannot be used lightly. It cannot be just used for fun, just for you to get your kicks on some person. I think, again, you need to come from a very benevolent place, understanding you have a connection. Otherwise, the universe will not let you do it, or it will, and you will suffer consequences, because everything is yours, everything is given to you when you desire it from a good place. When it's something, to get over on somebody, to cause somebody harm, or to, get revenge or anything like that, listen, that person is going to be taken care of. Don't worry about it. The revenge and all of that is literally taken care of by universe in a way that you will hardly believe what happens to people. I know it from my own personal experience. So don't waste your time on that. Only operate from good feelings. Only build from love. That energy of love will carry you through your entire life. Let me check my notes. And so you decide for them how to think of you. Your mind, lastly but certainly not least, should always be occupied like it's already done. They're already thinking this way about me. They already are in love with me. They've always been in love with me. I just misinterpreted the situation. And listen, this could very well be true in your case. I misinterpreted the situation. This is why I felt this way, because of my trauma panorama that affected my psyche to such a degree that I misconstrued the situation completely, did not read it well. And this could very well be true. Parenthesis here. And so don't worry so much about what you think they're thinking. And don't worry about anything, actually. But make it your business about what it is you want them to think. What it is you want them to feel. Don't worry about the 3D. The 3D is yesterday's newspaper, like I said. It's your decision and your decision alone what this person's going to feel and think about you. And with a little discipline and practice, and like I said, emptying out the trauma panorama, you're going to be a magnificent superstar in your world and create manifestations on purpose rather than using this immense power against yourself. And then you will finally understand why I'm so blasé about this subject, why I call it easy, and you will understand how easy it is for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. All the information from me is below for coaching. And as usual, I want to invite you to my live on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get your questions ready. This is your opportunity to ask me anything you want about your particular situation. Thank you so much. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.